Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to use Autodesk Inventor to create a 3D parts. So what you can see here is one version of my cap that I'm going to use to work with my hovercraft. So the balloon goes around that cap attaches. So let's see how to do that. So number one, open up Inventor. Number two, once you open up Inventor, you're going to create a new part. Okay, and so here's a standard part. This is a 3D part. This is a collection. This is the IAM is a assembly, and this is multiple parts put together to see how they all fit together. And this is a 2D drawing, kind of like we did in Illustrator. Okay, but we're going to do an IPT, which is a part. We're going to click on that. And then once this opens, we have to create a 2D sketch. And then we create a 2D sketch. And then once we do that, we have to choose which plane we're going to draw on. So for me, I'm going to draw on the XY coordinate here. Okay, and so these grids are handy to have. But before we go any further, you're going to need to go ahead and make sure that we're in millimeters. So you click on Tools, you're going to go to Document Settings, and you're going to go to Units, and you're going to change it to millimeters, okay? Because millimeters is the measurement of science. Now, before we do anything more, you need to save it. Make sure you save it in your folder with your name on it, in a folder called Ape, in a folder called Hovercraft. Now, measure, 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 measure. Okay, why am I saying measure? Because on your hovercraft, I created a hole right here that's my cap's going to go in. And I made this 25 millimeters. Okay, so I clicked on this, I clicked here, and I made one that was actually 24 millimeters. Okay, and so my cap that goes over it is going to be 25. So make sure that you know what you're working with. Okay. Okay, so measure, 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 measure. Okay, so now when I draw this thing, I'm drawing half of it from the side, and I'm gonna rotate it. So bear with me on what I'm doing; it'll make sense in the end. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the sketch, I'm gonna go to the line, and I'm gonna make my hole was 24, so I'm gonna make this bigger. So I'm gonna drag over here, and I'm just gonna type in 25 millimeters and enter. Okay, and then I'm gonna go up. I probably want to go up straight up about 10, so I'm gonna type in 10. Enter. Okay, so remember, oh, I did it wrong. Not 25. If I make it 25 and rotate it, it's going to be it's going to be twice that. So it's going to double that. So I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to undo everything I've done. This is terrible. Where is the undo? I'm just going to trim everything I've done, except for it's not going to like it because there's dimensions. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to double click on this dimension. It shouldn't be 25, it needs to be half of that, which is 12.5. We're going to hit enter. Okay, so now we're in good shape. So let's go back to our line tool. Okay, so we're going to go back, and so we're drawing this thing from the side, so we're going to go here. Let's go to like right here, and we're going to go up to like right here. Okay, so I can't see anything, so I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to double click on this, the hand, and I'm going to drag it down, and then I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to make it bigger. So if I click and drag down, it gets bigger. Okay, so let's go back to our line tool. We're going to click here, here, here. Oops, not that. Hit Control Z and go back. Let's go back to our line. We'll go straight up. We've got to have something for the balloon to attach to. Click here, and we're going to go down. Okay, so there's the outline of this thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it hollow. So I'm going to draw a line going up here. And I'm going to stop that. I'm going to hit escape. And now I'm going to trim this line right here. Okay? And now I want to dimension that. I want to see how big this thing's going to be. So I'm going to click there. And so, actually, that's pretty close. I was going to say 2.2 was the thickness. So I'm going to say 2 millimeters is the thickness of my cap. I click OK. And we're going to just kind of stick with that. So we'll keep drawing this. So go there. Now hit escape. So let's try this again. We'll start where we left off. There we go. So we're trying to keep it about 2 millimeters. Okay, and I'm going to go up. Okay, now I need a little hole at the top. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I might do that in the next one. Alright, so we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish the sketch. Okay, and now I need to rotate this whole thing, so I'm going to revolve it. So I have to choose the surface to revolve, and then I need to choose an axis to revolve it around, which is right there. Okay, and so now I'm going to grab this thing, and you can see, and let's rotate it around. So you can see I have a semi-hollow cap that I could glue. So now we need to work on, the next thing we need to work on is getting this thing angled down so the air is blown out at an angle. Okay, so now before we're done, you got to take these notes. So we learned about what these parts were, and then you have to learn about this. What does the revolve command do, and what does the extrude command do? And in order to answer the extrude, I actually have to show you extrude because this is another way you could have done the same thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new part. Okay, we're going to make a new 2D sketch. We're going to choose our plane. And another way you could go about doing this is you could go to a circle and you could draw a circle. And this one, we're going to make this one 25 millimeters, and that's actually right on this one. And then we're going to finish that sketch. And then this thing is way too big, so we're going to click on this and we're going to shrink it down. Oh, I wonder if I did inches. I think I might have been doing inches on this one. At any rate, that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to click extrude, and you can click on this, and then you can tell it how much you want to extrude it. So you could also build it this way. Okay? All right, that's good.